Retro Prime and BordersDude here today.
Hello.
Because we're going to do a collaboration video, as they call it. TFN's coming up. We're all looking forward to it. So me and John thought we'd do a sort of wee question and answer session about it, just for the grin, because we're all looking forward to it. So he'll read the questions, and then we'll both answer.
Right, so take them first of all from Facebook, because that's where we've got the most replies. We've got a couple of private replies and a couple of asks elsewhere. The first one comes from Craig McCutcheon. If you could only have one Iron Brewer Tunnix tea cakes, and also show you're working as to why you'd have one.
Well, that's all easy for me. I don't like Tunnix tea cakes, so it's Iron Brew. Although I have, in my fatness fighting abilities, went to Diet Iron Brew, which to begin with tastes like fucking water, but now it's nice. So Iron Brew.
Iron Brew for me. I hate Tunnix tea cakes as well, plus Iron Brew cures hangovers.
Oh, fucking right, I could do with some now. Right, next question.
And Craig again asks, what is going to be your top 3 purchases at TFN?
You can answer first.
For me, I'm definitely looking to get the main 2 anyway. Is going to be MP Hot Rod, MP Ironhide, and I'm now swithering whether I'm going to get Fort Max or jump into the third party pit. But we'll see. If I do, it's going to be Make Toys Capola, aka Chrome Dome.
Nice. Like I said in my last video, I've kind of spent quite a lot on toys this year already. I've been really good to myself, so I don't actually have a purchase list because I just don't. But I want to get, or at least have a look at, Power Master Prime, Titans Returns, and then I don't know, a G1 Sandstorm maybe. I don't know. I've never really got in it. What I like the conventions for is being able to go and get something that you would normally not find in a shop, or even on eBay is quite sort of hard to find. So anything that's hard to purchase, normally I might pick up like G1 stuff and things like that. So I've not really got a list, but yeah, I'll be getting something definitely.
Cool. So John Hughes asks, and he has 2 questions, but it's the same thing together pretty much. What is the worst book you've bought at convention, and what is the best?
Well, I only went to one convention, which was last year, the last auto assembly. I got a handful of bots, but they were all good. The best was G1 Power Master Prime. I've wanted him for a long time because he was my favourite as a kid. The worst, so it's the worst of a good bunch, would be maybe Astro Train. I got a G1 Astro Train. I got G1 Astro Train in a Junkers box almost, but apart from his weapon, he's complete. So to call him the worst is a bit ridiculous, but that's the worst out of all of them, I suppose.
For me, the best one's undoubtedly MP Ultra Magnus. That was the first thing I went for. And it paid a little bit more than I should have, but it was absolutely worth it given where it was. First convention as well. Probably the worst out of that lot. Again, same idea as Paul. It wasn't too, didn't buy any shitty bots. But probably Combiner Wars Motormaster was the biggest disappointment. Just for his combined modes are tish.
Oh, I'm talking shit. What was that? Ultra Magnus I bought, the titanium one. Yeah, I bought him on the last day. I was before leaving them shutting the sellers room and stuff. I walked around. I had a bit of money to spend left over in my pocket, so I got a titanium Ultra Magnus, and he's not a shit figure by any means, but he's the worst by far. So there you go. That's my amended answer.
Ball joints popping off him and everything.
Oh, he's ridiculous. He's fucking ridiculous. But still, he's Ultra Magnus, so he's not that bad.
So it's a big one from Bill Ledson. What was the most important lesson you have learned from attending conventions? For me, it was taking a roll of decent toilet paper. There's nothing worse than having a 4-star quality hotel poo. Only I find that the toilet roll is almost as bad as the toilet paper my school had in the 80s. I'd say the 80s, try the toilet paper in Asda, that's fucking rough.
Oh god, aye. Especially when you've got little ball syndrome. Is that the question?
That's the question.
Don't know, the lesson I learned was, check the prices of drinks and food. Because last year at Auto Assembly we ended up having to drink and eat from the Hilton's main bar, and it was like fucking stupid. It was like 17 quid for a burger and chips and like 6 quid for a vodka and coke. So that was the one takeaway I had for that convention. So this year, while they're saying that it's going to be a bit more affordable, I'm still going to take like a bag full of fucking drinks and food, so I'd have to waste my precious beer money on eating.
Yeah, exactly the same. take loads of snacks, take a few drinks. The good thing is now that they've got the new sort of retail outlet park just open just quite across through the Hilton or beside it or wherever. It's pretty much within walking distance, and there's supposedly a B&M there, but also restaurants, so
Nice.
probably get us a wee break through the sort of smelly hotel. Get to that question in a bit. And probably get some cheap booze and all.
Ooh, I never thought of that. Ooh.
As long as it's no warm white lightning, no thanks.
Mind you, Tiger's Crabby Cheesers.
Stuart Blythe asks, how much alcohol does it take to disable a Brad? Well, from what I've heard, Brad's quite a lightweight, but that's all alleged, of course, so it's already been answered by Matt Lynn, and he says half an amaretto and coke.
I met Brad last year for the first time. I can't remember if he was drunk though. I was drunk, so
I think he was a wee bit drunk.
he seemed very, very pleasant. So he didn't seem pissed. But
No.
I reckon I'm no a good judge. But so I mean, if it only takes you one drink, Brad, I'll buy it this year.
I couldn't afford to get drunk last year.
Well, see last year because the drinks were so fucking expensive. I was so glad I took a half bottle of vodka. I just necked it on the Saturday night, and then bought loads of drinks anyway, so it was fucking counterproductive.
Dave Mentz, what do you think of the Hilton?
I expected more, to be honest. I've stayed in I've been to like a few sort of like comedy shows and stuff over the past year and a bit, and I've stayed in places like the Premier Inn and the other one, it's a cheap one. It's like the
Travelodge.
Travelodge, and both were on par with the Hilton. The rooms were just as good. The food at the Premier Inn was way better than it was at the Hilton, and prices were much reasonable. So the Hilton doesn't live up to its name as far as I'm concerned. It seemed a bit fucking above itself, to be honest, but I don't know. I reckon what I expected. I just expected more. Like the staff and stuff were nice and friendly. But the food, I mean, we only really ate the pizzas and stuff, but the food just seemed standard, and the rooms were fairly standard, and the like it was just, there was nothing special about it as far as I could see, so I wasn't impressed.
I'm the same. I've stayed in the Royal Balmoral Hotel in Edinburgh. If you've never been to there, it's a really stupidly expensive posh hotel. Took my wife there for one night, and it was £230, but that was there was a good reason for that. It was her 18th and get her engaged. Ask her to marry me.
Oh.
But yeah, I was quite disappointed with the Hilton. Again, kind of thought the staff absolutely friendly and fine.
Mm-hmm.
At least with the interactions I had, some other people had other things to say, but you can't please everybody. But
There was the guy that worked behind the bar. He was like an Indian looking fella, and he kept speaking to me last year and saying, "Oh, you've been working hard. You deserve this drink." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cheers." And then I went back again, and he made a similar comment, and I was like, "Okay." And then he went, "Yeah, I seen you here on Thursday, blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, you got the wrong person. You got the wrong person. I'll arrive yesterday and Friday." But the staff were super friendly, so that was probably the best positive from the Hilton.
I kind of thought that.
Yeah.
Dave Mentz, again. It's pretty much the same idea as Craig McCutcheon's. Do you have a list of stuff you want, or is the list pointless? So again, sort of furthering on for that, for Craig's Craig's question. So apart from that 3 figures, so that was Ironhide, Hot Rod, and probably Make Toys Capola, so the Chrome Dome. I might look to get their third-party Hardhead, and maybe another couple of third-party figures like the little X-Transport wind charger, purely for the Knight Rider alt mode. But we'll just see how money is. And as for this being pointless, well, if you've been like me and been really stingy on buying figures, and really tight and really controlling yourself, then you've got to have a list, because you'll just end up buying shit that you don't want just because it looks nice, new and shiny.
Mm-hmm. I think with me, I had last year I went and I wanted to get Power Master Prime. I didn't really have a list because I didn't know what to expect, but now I do. I still, like I said, I've got loads this year, like an unfair amount of robots this year. I think if there's something you really really want, then just make it your priority. Get your sort of like holy grail or whatever, and then after that just see what's about. There was loads. I think you'd be hard pushed not to get something, unless it was like last year with John when he got the MP Ultra Magnus. That was kind of like there was a limited supply and he managed to grab the last one. But so that's an idea. If you, I mean, I know the amount of folk that were like, "Oh, what an MP Ultra Magnus? I never got one." Some guy just got the last one and he was like, "Nah." That's the thing though. If there's something you want that might be scarce or rare, like maybe it's a sort of like a high quality G1 you're looking for or something, maybe go for that first because, like pardon me, on Numbed About, someone had a Ghostbuster game for the Commodore 64. Ghostbusters? Transformers. And I walked past it and it was only like £6, but I walked past it and I walked past it and I walked past it and I thought to myself, right, I'm going to go get it. And then just so I went to go get it, someone was buying it. So if there's something you want that might be sought after, then go for that first.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so definitely do that, or you'll get some schmuck like me coming and buying what you want.
I know.
Another fellow, Scott Dorian, he asks, is there anything you're not looking forward to, such as a roasting hot hotel that looks a crow, that reeks of chlorine, might do anything with, and how will you manage your time between chatting to groups and getting your own headspace?
I don't know. Like I never noticed the smell at the Hilton last year. Anything I'm not looking forward to? Not particularly. Last year I was a bit stressed because it was my first convention. It was my first time away from my wife and child since the kid came along, and even since being married, so I was a bit stressed about that. I didn't know what to expect, so I had all these sort of like worries that I don't have this year because I need space for my wife and kid. Not really, but really. And now I know what to expect, and I know quite a few more. I know more of the people in the scene and stuff, so it's going to be a lot more relaxed this year. What am I not looking forward to? The only thing I'm not looking forward to that's not to do with the hotel is just the travel back, because it takes us like 4 hours to get back on the train, so that's the only thing I'm not looking forward to. Other than that, I'm quite happy.
For me, pretty much the same as Paul. I will miss my my wife and child. But
I miss you. Hey!
But apart from that, no, maybe the prices at the Hilton. Travel down there is going to be a little bit easier for us because we've got first class tickets and Virgin trains. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But prices?
The prices, I mean, the prices they are ridiculous. I mean, you should expect them, but because I never really thought about it being expensive beforehand, because I was worried about going down and meet folk, and we checked in, went to our room, and then I opened the menu, like the room menu, and it was like £17 for a burger, and I was like, fucking hell, how much is the Guinness going to be? And like a pint of Guinness was like £7 something, I'm sure it was £7.50. Later on in the night I got 2 vodka Coke, and the guy, it was like £12 something, or £16. It was and I was like, fuck, did I ask for triples? So, and then the good thing was last year my wife knew I'd spend more money than we'd sort of put aside for it, so she'd kept an extra like £400 I think it was, which I ended up spending anyway. So it wasn't as bad, but if you weren't expecting the prices, Jesus Christ, you'd get a fucking sore arse.
And sort of the other part of the question, getting your own sort of time to yourself, your own headspace. To be honest, it didn't really bother me that much last year, but I was pretty much fanboying, trying to catch everybody and getting selfies with them.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time I'd seen yous all in real life. But I suppose now, like I say, we're on about that outlet place. If we're going there to get something to eat or something, that gives us a little bit of breathing space and probably a cooler atmosphere coming out the overheated hotel.
Yeah, the hotel was warm. I think for me last year, there was a couple of times when I needed to like, because crowds, I'm kind of not very good in crowds. I have to really work at sort of keeping my cool and stuff. And I was fine last year, but there was a couple of times when I was like, right, I just need to not be in a room full of people. So I just went up to the hotel room and had a shit, and then just chilled out for like 5 minutes and then went back down. It was quite fine. I will at one point. I'm really looking forward to meeting people, like seeing like Dave and Brad and Dorian and all the like. I'm looking forward to meeting Dave Shotton and stuff. Because I've never met him before. But at one point, what I'll do is I'll just take a moment to myself just to walk about and sort of soak it in without interacting with anybody, almost like a sort of like existentially way. I can't put it, just as if I'm watching it from afar. Basically, I'm just gonna soak up the atmosphere for a bit and try not to talk to anybody. But that'll be like a sort of half hour between meals and fucking panels and stuff. So yeah, but you don't really need your own headspace. You're there to meet people, to be honest.
That's very true. So speaking of Dave Shotton, he has fired me a couple of questions. The first one is, what is the first thing you're going to do once you've checked in at the Hilton?
I don't know. Go for a pint probably. Get into the room, chuck my stuff down. Oh, probably if it was 4 hours on the train, I'll probably have a shower, to be honest, and then just go to the bar and like be like, Guinness, please. I think, I don't know. It depends. Like, I'm not sure who'll be there on the Friday night. If there's people we know there on the Friday night, maybe meet them, see what's going on. What about yourself?
I suppose, well, because we're getting there earlier this year, we should get there at least at the train station by 3:30. And strikes provided, just whatever the fucks are going on at that time. So hopefully, if you're doing that, I might try and nip down and get our passes and stuff if the desk's still open.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that, because obviously last year Lisa got her passes,
Yeah,
didn't she?
or maybe ask her again, you never know.
Yeah, there's no. But I think getting there on the Friday and having the time to chill means you're not really in a rush to do anything. If we're getting there on the Saturday, it'd be a case of bags in, fucking doing and getting sorted out and stuff. But
Aye.
yeah, there's no hurry. I'm going to be so much more relaxed this year. It's going to be such a. Last year was amazing. It was really, really good. It's such a fantastic experience. But this year, I'm going to be a lot more relaxed. So and there's no. I'm not going to have the sort of like the worry of buying stuff, because, like I said, I've bought stupid amounts of Transformers this year, so I can proper relax and just soak it up, and I'm looking forward to it.
Plus, we know how to get to the Hilton now.
I'm going to get lost in that fucking. When you come off, I can't remember. We got off the train, and then we walked through like this. It's the complex that's there now, but we walked through it. It was all like half built and abandoned, and we didn't care what the fuck we were going. It's funny.
I remember we were that lazy. We got the courtesy bus, the shuttle bus.
And the shuttle bus takes longer than it does to walk.
And then we got told it's just that way.
That's another thing. We know exactly where we're going this year, so it's not going to be that's not going to be any sort of stress either. Because I hate not knowing where I'm going, but 2, I'm also really bad at fucking directions and knowing where I am in relation to things. So I get lost so fucking easily. So it's not going to be a hassle. It's just going to be dead good this year, because we can't know what to expect now. So we get there, walk through, maybe get some munch at the subway or something, and then just go, and then it's going to be fucking awesome.
That'll be good. And Dave asks, when you walk into a convention room, what's the first thing you're going to look for to buy?
Like I said, the one thing I am wanting this year is, I got Power Master Prime last year, and I carefully wrapped him in t-shirts and stuff, but I stupidly left these shoulder cannons in their pegs, and when I got home they snapped off. I've since glued them on, so that when they sit on my shelf you can tell he looks fine, but close up you can't get them out, can't transform him. So I'm going to be looking for replacement, either body or arms and shoulder cannons for Prime. So that's the only thing I'm going to be looking for. I'll do that first. That's the first thing I'll be looking for. So once that's off my list, then I've got nothing to really do except just browse.
For me, if I've seen something immediately, I don't know this year. It was different last year with Ultra Magnus, that was a must buy. But this year I might just sort of see what sort of prices each dealer has, depending. I don't know how many dealers are there. It's supposed to be a little bit scaled down, but hopefully, the dealer room will still be the same size when I look.
It was massive last year.
It was brilliant.
Maybe
that little Cosmos I missed last year. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't mind an Orion packs actually. Generations packs. I don't care. Do you know what? I'm going to get there with the notion of not wanting anything. Then I'm going to go into that dealer's room and be like, "Shit, I want everything." So I'm mentally preparing myself to make sure I don't spend more money than I've got, basically.
Same. I should leave my bank card, but I'm going to take it with me this year since I've got a slightly better paying job.
Yeah.
And the last question, it's not TFN related, but Brad did ask it, so we'll answer it. What's your favourite games consoles?
It depends what we're doing. Gun to my head, I'd say the PlayStation 2. It's not super retro, but there's so many amazing games for the PS2, and I've spent so many hours over the years playing it. But me and my brother used to sit and play Grand Theft Auto 3 till the early hours, week after week. So yeah, PS2. But if that didn't exist, then it would be the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo's just the best console, the best cartridge-based console that I think there is. Yeah, cool. Because my favourite game ever is Super Mario World, so SNES.
For me, it's Type 1. I'm a Sega fanboy, so it's between the Mega Drive and Saturn. I'd probably say the Mega Drive, purely because it was from my childhood and spent too many hours playing Streets of Rage 2 with my friends back in the day. But I do love the Saturn. So many cracking titles on that console. Especially 2D fighters. I used to be shit hot at Street Fighter Alpha 2, but nowadays I probably get handed. By a 5-year-old, no Malik. But yeah, probably the Mega Drive. So many brilliant titles on that.
Yeah, Mega Drive. It's funny, when I growing up, I never had a Mega Drive until a lot later on, and I used to be like, "Oh, this shit compared to the SNES," but now I appreciate it for what it is and stuff, and it has got so many amazing titles.
Cat's just walked in.
Ooh. Right, is that the questions?
That's all the questions.
Right, anything else you want to talk about on convention based? I think I've said it all before in other videos, but yeah, I'm the one thing I'm really looking forward to is meeting people, because I know a lot more people this year. So, and because I know what to expect, I'm going to be really relaxed. So it's going to be good to see people. That's the main thing, I think.
Yeah, that's the same for me. It's going to be quite a bit about the toys for me, because like I said, I've been very good at restraining my purchases, but
Yeah, I feel dead bad. Every time I send you a picture of something I bought, I'm like, oh. Carol, my wife always says, John's going to get pissed off if you tell him you bought something else. And I'm like, he's not going to get pissed off. He's saving his
not
money.
at all. Exactly.
The one good thing about it as well, like I've said to you, the fact I bought 5 Masterpiece figures this year. I bought Combiner Wars Devastator. I've bought Bad Cube Sun Surge, and then in the shops I've bought loads of RID stuff. I've bought quite a lot of Combiner Wars stuff. I've already bought quite a lot of Titans Return stuff, and then including eBay purchases, I've maybe bought. I'm not even sure it's getting towards 100 figures this year. So the good thing is I'm not going to have to carry those up in the train. So that's the one upside to not being able to hold my water and fucking spending my money the minute I see something rather than waiting. I can't save money to save myself.
I get what you mean. It's been hard, like saving money. Yeah, for me, so just meeting the guys that we had before.
Yeah.
We met last year. A couple of new guys at Incubuds coming this year.
Yeah, looking forward to meeting him.
Again, Dave Shotton as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've not been chatting to him for a couple of years now. Ever since he got that Generation Scoop in the Secret Santa. Fucking hell, it's been that long. We're just having a good catch up and being at the bar.
Yeah.
Just chatting to people. And then maybe sort of on the Saturday night playing with some bots at the table, getting drunk. And a nice slow steady pace, because I'm not used to drinking anymore.
I'm not going to be like necking it like I did last year. Cause I'll not be nervous, so I'll not have to get as drunk. And you just know that cut to like fucking a month's time from now when we're at the convention, we'll both be like that.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
No, we said we were going to get drunk. Fuck it.
Snap, third party toy broke.
It is. I mean, for me, for both of us, we've had quite a bit of hectic year and stuff. So this is going to be. I mean, my wife knows that I need this break quite badly. So if I cut loose, if I get drunk and I seem a bit of an arse, I apologise. I don't think I will, but just in case I do, just in case you think, fuck, he's a bit pissed, because it's my one time to sort of let loose and enjoy myself, and it's going to be fucking awesome. Can't wait.
It's going to be good. So don't be shy. Come up and say hello.
Please,
I certainly done it last year. I pestered a few people, particularly Hugh on the Sunday night, but he's probably not remember that because he was proper fucked by that point because everybody was buying him drinks, a lucky bastard.
I know. Same. If you want to speak to me, feel more than free to. I do. In person, I seem like I'm really like standoffish because I get nervous, but that's just me. That's no. I'll not want to speak to you. It's just that I get a bit like, oh hello. I always look like I'm about to shake my pants, and that's just I've always been like. I'm like that with folk that like normally I don't know why. It's just the kind of person I am. A bit socially awkward, to be honest. But so yeah, if you want to speak, come up and say hello. If you don't, then fuck you. No. Yeah. Right. That's us for now then. So we'll see you in how long is it now? 3 weeks today. 3 weeks this weekend or 4 weeks?
I think it's 3 or 4 weeks.
It'll
still be 4 now.
Yeah. So 4 weeks. 4 weeks today will be probably sifting the dealer's room for our final purchases. Getting ready to go to the bar. It's going to be awesome. So we hope to see you there.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, please let this be recorded. Talk to yourselves for half an hour.